On a scale of 1 to 10, how big was that laydown?
Relative to the board, pretty much a 10.
Wow.
Laying down a huge hand isn't easy.
The first time ever that I don't really know what to do.
I know I'm not capable of folding a monster, even if I suspect I'm beaten.
That's so sick.
And that's why I'm not up for an award. But these guys are. Now, losing a hand of poker isn't usually cause for celebration, but you can be sure that Joep van den Bijgaart did a mini fist pump when he watched this one back. So what does Joep do with top 2?
Pristine opportunity to re-raise. He is out of position. He can't just flat call. He has to raise the price of admission. Show's about to get expensive.
So he 3-bets to 530,000. He's stuck in about a third of his stack.
No, Hakeem can't call it all off with the flush draw.
How much do you have behind?
When Wilinofsky gets a count, he may well think that Joep van den Bijgaart has committed himself to this pot.
And for that reason, he may stick him all in to risk no clubs.
Come on.
He has shoved on van den Bijgaart.
He looks disgusted. I'd be happy.
Having committed a third of his chips, he's not meant to pass a hand this strong.
He has top 2 on a board where it's very difficult for any hand to have him beat. I would already be eliminated from the tournament by now.
The first time ever that I don't really know what to do and I don't have a good plan.
I do that to people.
I guess. I hate myself. You would show if I fold? Talking all the time, and now you're saying, don't say anything.
Interesting read.
Oh.
I'm just not going to answer that question.
No, I know.
Makes you feel better though. I don't hate you.
I'm sorry?
I don't hate you. You just said you hated yourself. I kind of like you.
I don't like myself.
Joep has picked up on the fact that Ben has gone quiet. He's the chattiest man in poker, and suddenly he's gone as still as a statue. He's laid it down! I'm tempted to call that an amazing fold, or am I just being results-oriented?
Van den Bijgaart should feel extremely proud. That is a spot where the majority of poker players would have gone broke.
Well, here's a fold that's just as impressive, not just because of the cards, but because of the player. John Micka's opponent in this hand is Mike the Grinder Mizrachi, who has a reputation for bluffing a lot. If you don't believe me, just ask the rail.
You just made one of the most insane folds ever.
So we're going heads up to the flop. And that flop is Jack 8-8, trips for Micka, a full house for Mizrachi.
OMG, grossest flop ever. I haven't seen a deck this cold since EPT Hoff.
Micka checks, Mizrachi checks behind. Who's trapping who here?
Who's gonna slow play it the hardest?
Micka now bets the turn, 25,500.
He loses the game of reverse chicken. Grinder might be thinking about a raise, and this is where him barreling with complete nonsense a lot of the time is gonna get him paid like he's passing go.
That is a raise. 55,500 total.
Really bad spot for Micka.
55.
Oh, just 55? Okay, I guess.
51 total. No, 55, right?
Micka's little confusion game might sometimes work. Unfortunately, Grinder so doesn't care. Micka likely thinks Grinder's trying to rep his hand.
So Micka calls 157,000 in the middle. The river, the deuce of spades, does complete a potential flush. Micka checks.
UNLV, University of Nevada, looking for value, and Grinder's going to be this year's valedictorian.
160.
He overbets the pot, 160,000. What's Channing Tatum over there going to do now?
I think Magic Micka called the turn pretty sure he was trapping, maybe sensing there's a chance he's behind. This is not a good river card, and Grinder just bombed it, so this is a real decision.
That's 160.
Wants to see how much he'll be left with if he makes this call, and the answer is not much. The problem is we know that Grinder is so capable of making this bluff.
That was so sick. I can't believe I'm folding this.
He lays it down!
Whether you had it or
You'll never believe what I folded there.
Jack's full. I swear, Jack's full.
What do you do? I said, he's like, Jack's full. So, either he's just completely lying,
Or you just made one of the most insane folds ever.
so ridiculous.
2 years earlier at the PCA, Galen Hall showed us he was worthy of the trophy by making an incredible laydown. But Hall checks behind.
Let's see the river card.
Hall makes a straight on the river, but Oliver has a full house.
The absolute worst card in the deck for Hall as he makes a wheel. How much money is he gonna lose is the real question.
Oliver sets the trap. He checks to him.
What a trap indeed. He's just praying his opponent has a 4, as he does.
Hall makes a value bet with his straight of 2 million.
That is a full pot size bet. Now it's going to be back on Oliver. He is contemplating exactly how much he can check raise. Galen Hall has 9.5 million chips behind. There are 4 million chips in the pot.
Chris Oliver shoves on Galen Hall. He's trying to end it here.
As wild as Oliver is, it's still highly unlikely he ever shows up with the stone cold bluff. If Oliver was bluffing, he could have made a standard check raise rather than the all-in.
Can Galen Hall get away from this?
Only if he dismisses the idea of Oliver turning missed diamonds or a pair into a bluff and interprets this all-in overbet as a pure value bet to end it all.
Oliver praying for a call.
That is a large bet.
Large, it's twice the pot.
If Galen Hall calls here with his straight, the tournament is over and Chris Oliver has won the 2011 PCA.
Oliver's image is telling Hall to call.
But something in his gut is telling him it doesn't add up, it's not right. And he makes the laydown! Galen Hall gets away from the straight! That is an amazing fold! Now, our next nominee, Ike Haxton, has a reputation for being good at the pokers, and he reminded us how he earned that rep during the heads-up battle in his shark cage heat. Ike now officially drawing dead. He checks.
Ridiculous instincts.
Maria set to take over the betting.
And maybe he was trying to induce this bet. Or at the very least, he wants to try to catch a bluff.
Ike calls. Go into the river. Oh, which is a 6. That's a full house for Ike, but obviously it's a lower full house than Maria's.
That is the apple dropping on Isaac's head. I really hope he's not trying to induce a bluff this time.
He's checked to Maria. Her clock's running.
All in.
And she shoves on Ike!
He's in a ridiculous spot. He does have a full house. But it's not the first, second, or even third nuts. Any 9 beats him. It's like the 11th nuts.
Alright, 9 bank.
With less than 10 seconds left on his clock, Ike plays a time bank chip. Great move from Maria.
I want to make a really big fold here. I think you have it.
She has it.
She does, but I don't know how you fold this heads up.
5 seconds.
Yeah, okay, time to look either real smart or real dumb.
Great fold, Isaac.
Real smart. Wicked smart. Harvard smart. Sorry, I know Ike went to Brown.
I do not feel good about folding that hand.
Well, you should.
I'm feeling better the more we talk about it, though.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how big was that laydown?
Bo Derek?
Relative to the board, pretty much a 10.
Wow.
But imagine a situation where you're heads up for an EPT title, have the second nuts, and are even considering not putting all your chips in the middle. Dany Parlafes, surely you can't be serious. Parlafes ahead for now with Queen High, bets 200k.
He seems kind of frustrated.
Quick call from Dimov. A 6 on the turn, that's the straight for Dimov.
Remember before I was saying Dany Parlafes is running good? Well, now he's running really, really bad.
Action goes check, check. Oh no, a 5 on the river. Parlafes now with the dummy end of the straight.
He is running worse than the family from Honey Boo Boo.
I'll take your word for it.
Bad. Really, really bad.
Wow. Look at this. Dimov makes a huge overbet. There was 680,000 in the middle. He's bet 1.2 million.
I mean, Dimov has literally the only hand that Parlafes is losing to. I do not see him folding here. If he folds here, actually, I will take my shirt off and run around the building.
Most of the time, they're going to be chopping.
How good can you run?
He's folded!
All right, well, James, if you can verify.
The shirt is coming off in honor of Dany Parlafes, who just made an incredible fold. Those are the 5 nominees for Best Hero Fold. Who do you think deserves the accolade? Head to the PokerStars blog to cast your vote.